was that?
Not sure.
Do you remember the outside? Did it come in?
How did you guys find the site, and what made you decide to start your business venture at this location?
We decided to that we wanted to move forward with the business that we already had. We do psychic fairs and vendor shows where we make all of our own stuff, wellness items and witchy stuff. And we decided we wanted to go brick and mortar. And we were actually looking in Rochester originally. And this just happened to pop up on your Facebook, I feel like.
Yeah, it was just in the middle of nowhere. I got a notification saying that this place was available from some odd, like real estate thing that I hadn't even signed up for. They were like, oh, hey, we saw you come here. By the way, this is kind of in your area. So
so we went and checked it out. Actually, we ended up being a real realtor that we knew, and we just fell in love with the place immediately. The energy was awesome. It has original brickwork and windows and wood floors, and just absolutely the perfect space for what we were looking to do. And then we've been here. We just passed our 2-year anniversary. So we have our metaphysical shop, our wellness center here. And then we work within the Three Bricks Collective, where we're doing events. We had one last weekend in October, Haunted Harvest, which is going to be a psychic fair and fall festival. So we're just trying to, this is the first time that all of the buildings have been full with businesses. So it's super exciting to be here. Absolutely.
And actually at our Haunted Harvest as well as the festival, the local historian will be discussing some of the stuff that we're here to talk about as well, and offering tours of the cemetery.
The cemetery is here, and there's about 150, I think, graves that are marked, but they're actually, they think, upwards of 500 or more people actually buried on the property that do not have marked graves. So we feel that, probably a lot of energy stuck around here as people passed away, and, we're really not acknowledged. So I feel like, in my personal belief system, that that makes sense that you would kind of be tied to the place where almost like they're confused. They weren't they weren't acknowledged, and so they're kind of hanging around. But again, definitely good energy.
So I hear stuff when I'm here by myself. We have a little bell that hangs on our front door. And it will ring when there's no one around, no wind, no movement. I hear laughter and I hear running. I get the impression of children. That's like my main personal experience, because I'm here alone in the building every Monday all day. So I did a lot of weird stuff. Because I spend a lot of time here by myself. That's not all of it. There's a great sense of not being alone most of the time. Like just like a palpable sense of community.
And it's, obviously all of that is experiential. So we can't bring the receipts for that. We did have another paranormal investigator who came in, and they actually got audio of children singing and laughing. They actually invited me to go down into the basement with them. And immediately, this is late at night, nobody's in the building. Everything is all locked up. I locked it behind me, keys in my pocket. And I'm down in the basement looking at my camera, looking to see that there's nothing going on, and I can hear footsteps. And I caught all of that on my camera. So nobody walking around, but definitely like catching those footsteps. So there has been, it's not just experiential, it's not just like a feeling. We actually, have seen some evidence of things.
We have those weird radio.
Yeah. It sounds like a radio, like an old timey, like 1940s radio transmission coming through, garbled speech, the static. There's no reason.
Like through our camera.
Through our Wi-Fi camera. There's no static. There's no reason. So definitely, yes, experiential things, but also, we've definitely caught things on camera and on audio that, we can't explain at this point, certainly.
And that's just in our building. I mean, the other buildings have other experiential things as well.
Yeah. And then from other people too, we've had people come in, we're a wellness center, we do tarot readings, we do Reiki. And so people are drawn to us, that are, are kind of like a little more open, and we've had people see figures in the window. We've had people say that, come in for a Reiki session and say that the ghost came and gave them a message, basically. We've had other people kind of verify these things for us as well. And like I said, I'm very much an Occam's razor kind of person. But there are so many things when, again, I also sit in the building alone, and there's nobody here, and there's footsteps. There's nobody here. It's just me. Everything's locked up.
And it's footsteps, it's voices, it's music, it's whole conversations.
Yeah. We went down into the basement with this other paranormal group, and I don't know if you've read any of the, I can send you stuff too, if you've read any of the, kind of contemporary sources, historical sources about it, but it was very overcrowded. And I remember, reading that. And this other paranormal group came in, and they were asking and I don't know the terminology, if you say ghosts or spirits or energy, I use them interchangeably. But they were asking, how did it feel here? That they did ask that. And I felt crowded. Everybody felt crowded. We all said, what did you feel? We all had the same answer. And I definitely felt it. Like, I felt crowded. And, which I think is, she asked, that's how I felt about it. And as soon as she told them to stop, that feeling went away. But, that was the only thing that was a little bit uncomfortable. But I think I think they asked, and they were, this energy was, or whatever was on it. When we came into the property, so this place housed the poor, and what they would have called, they called them paupers at the time, and what they would have called the insane. And I was like, poor and crazy, we're going to get along great, guys. That's me.
That's our people.
Yeah, that's our people. And so we very much feel, and we are very much here to heal, to help, we want people to come in and ask questions and sit and read, and we send people out, go explore the cemetery, and, show those, you are showing them respect, you are remembering them. And so, I think that it's very much I think that there was some very bad things that happened here, especially if you read some of those historical accounts, but also it was sometimes a place where this was the only place where people had to turn. There was nothing else.
You're supposed to do readings, feel good.
Yeah, you could tell it's a metaphysical area. You could feel it playing with the energy. It's like two energies mixing, playing with each other. Made my stomach hurt up whatever's in that staircase. That staircase is when my stomach started to twist. But so far right here, like so far from this video, it's like it kind of I can feel what you just said. It's like a metaphysical, occultic energy, the psychic one, but mixed with a paranormal one. You know what I mean? Like a haunted house vibes mixed with metaphysical shop vibes all day long. So I could.
So that energy interacts with it.
Yeah, yes, and the energy of the
Because they
place.
acknowledge them, but they have a positive
Right.
relationship.
But then if you think about like just the residual energy, like that haunted paranormal energy that's radiating from the walls, and then feeling that, you can feel that mixed with that. It's changed by the things happening within the space. You can tell that it's changing. What they're doing now is changing the place. I can already tell you that. Yeah, for a good thing, absolutely. They're raising the
Because that was a very
vibrations.
bad energy.
That's
before.
absolutely. You can tell they're raising the vibrations, and that's the only thing that'll happen when the walls are radiating one energy that's not constant or fixed and has a shelf life, and they themselves are here with a constant, renewable battery shelf life, radiating. And so obviously, well, not obviously, but the place is going to start soaking in those, and then they're going to start raising the vibes. So essentially, they would be saging the place on a major grand scale by what they're doing there every single day repeatedly. It's like washing over the old energy, so to speak. And this video perfectly, you can feel that in the vibes, just because you can again feel that there's been a lot of here from the walls, so to speak, but the things within those walls are changing it. This is the outside of it. Yeah,
It's a pretty impressive
it's
building.
yeah, it gives me a lot of heavy chest though. It makes my chest heavy. It's beautiful, but it makes my chest heavy.
I haven't seen it like all
Up
this
here, like the attic area, for some reason, this building, those are separate, right?
It's still all part of
It's
the
all
Livingston
one?
Poorhouse.
Okay, it's all one though?
What do you want to
Technically.
say about the attic?
That's what I'm about to look at again. So all those are still one?
They're all
Yeah.
still part of the poorhouse.
Okay. Now, yeah, some, I don't know, feels like the upper floors of the attic of this building. I don't know, it just, yeah, because now my head in particular has got this weird feeling in it, so it's up. So it would definitely be in the attic. I feel
Is that the same
confused.
as the
I feel
stairs?
confused.
Yeah, the stairs is led to the attic.
The stairs is what led there, the thing that was blocked off that I mentioned?
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. And I was feeling like, and it feels confusing. So I would say that they might have had people up there that were dealing with some almost. I feel like they might have had mental patients or,
Those ones.
the troubled ones. Yeah, the ones that would be confused, the ones that would be disoriented and disheveled on a daily basis feeling. Because like the feeling could usually, when it's my head, as opposed to say my feet, could indicate up instead of down, attic instead of basement, if I'm using my body to be a compass. But it felt more than that, my usual compassy thing. It felt like confusion. It felt like disoriented a little bit. I would have maybe assumed there were drugs involved, and that would make sense if they were mental patients being medicated. So
If
that's
they were medicated,
yeah.
not sedated.
all that. That's medicated still. That's what I meant by medicated, absolutely. But
like healthy medication.
and I think I don't know if this is very healthy, but it is tough. It felt like this is what the top, like where the Allegheny Poorhouse, they kept them in the basement. These ones I think kept them in the attic. I could be wrong, but that's kind of what I think so far from that video. Let's see what this one's got to hold for us.
So we'll open.
Right. Okay. Yeah, see, every time I look up at the dormers and stuff, it's my head again. Which could indicate up. Yeah, nah, this is more than just up, dude. There's some going on up there, and I'm feeling my right side a lot of it. It would be the top, yeah. This one feels like a different building. Unless it's the
Same
back,
building.
it's the back, yeah. It's the dormers, I'm telling you.
No, that's the basement.
Now down here makes my back hurt. The bottom floors make my back hurt. But that top up there, I'm telling you, it's my head. Makes me feel that same, I don't know. The bottom ones make my back hurt for some reason.
And that cemetery's in a lot better condition than the Allegheny one.
I didn't get to see the Allegheny one.
It's a flagpole, the garden with headstones surrounding it, so. And it's small.
That one I'm not going to comment on. There's not much to explain. There are probably a lot. You could probably pick up a lot of. If you were out there at night with cameras, you could probably pick up a lot of things. I'm sure. That much I'll say. You could probably definitely. No, not even. Those bodies have spirits. So like, I'm sure those spirits play at night.
We were talking about it being too cold, and even the spirits were like, "Nah."
Yes. But then again, when you're dealing with cemeteries, you're not going to have a lot of fun unless it's the day or nighttime anyway. That's when you're going to start catching on camera, and that's really the most excitement you're going to have.
We were mostly
If you
just
don't
joking
have a
about how
spirit
cold it was.
box, oh, it's a joke. I mean, that's a fact, though. Yeah, I wouldn't have been out there for long. That's a summer activity.
Unidentified ruins of some building. It's related to the poorhouse.
Huh.
Yeah, the landowner tore down a lot of buildings.
Why at that point? If you're going to leave it looking like that, why? If you're going to tear it down, tear it down.
They actually eventually got him to stop digging because he kept digging up bodies.
Yeah, now down here, whatever went on over here, I think it's kind of different than how the other one was. Because the other one, a lot of it was like, you've seen the crazies in the basement and the work above it. I think the work was down here and the crazies were upstairs. I think they had a whole different logic and reasoning in their setup than the Allegheny Poorhouse. And I think this is a lot of the reason why this is set up this way as well. Because again, my back hurts when I'm looking in this area. So I feel like this is where work went on. I feel like they were doing work in this area of the building. I could be wrong, but that's kind of what I think. And then again, at the top, I don't know what, like right now I don't get it, but when I see those dormers, I get those, like that, my head just feels like, I don't know.
Uneasy.
Yeah.
Unsettled.
Confused, like dysphoric maybe, like euphoric or whatever the word is, where it's like you're like lethargic maybe, I don't know the word. It's just weird, but I don't, yeah, and it's not in this area, it's only when I see the dormers.
Like that same thing out at Allegheny.
What?
Or in, Allegheny County Poorhouse, the wavy feeling.
Yeah, it's just like you're off balance. It's like when you have vertigo or whatever when you can't. I don't know how to explain it. I stand by what I said. I think the work, if anything, was basement and the first floor in the back. Top would have been a little moving. Guess I don't pick up on that in the basement either like I did in Allegheny.
Would you say that you thought somebody would have been wrong about Halloween? Does it seem like a strong sense?
Yeah, well, yeah, I think it would have been a worker maintenance person, someone who was there a lot in a working sense.
Because when we did our solo investigation, when I was
It was
walking
male,
through
by the
there,
way.
it felt heavy, like someone was
Yeah.
right behind me.
Yeah,
walking.
Yeah.
male. And I think it was someone who like a maintenance or a custodian, someone who lived there a long time.
Yep. It feels like there's some watching the entire time you're in the hallway.
Yeah, like from the corner of my eye, that room way back there, it felt like there was someone like running back and forth, like
Again, all you have to do is talk towards the box. We have some stuff set up around the room that you can mess with. There's the orange box over here on the stair by this. Oh. Yeah, that's one of them. If you touch the antenna, it goes off. Can you do it again? We have another device down here that if you walk in front of it, it might go off. This is a little orange box over there. There's also a little clear ball on a piece of wood over there. If you touch it, it lights up. There's also a flashlight you can mess with up there. So you have lots of things you can mess with. Many ways to communicate with us.
Hey.
Hello. What's your name?
Did he do any introductions yet?
My name's Alex. The person walking up the stairs is JP. The person who's sitting on the floor is Angel. What's your name?
Is there any staff members here?
Was your housing in the inn? The building that's near the inn? Is that women's or men's dormitory?
All of us.
Where did that pop sound like it came from?
Behind you.
Didn't sound like it from up here.
It sounded like it came from that direction. Was that you who just made that noise?
Is this truly a staffing quarter? That came from down there.
That was the camera. Can we get your name? Do you know who we're talking to?
Way.
You said all of us. How many spirits are you?
Food prep.
Hmm?
Angel just said food prep. Food prep.
What about
And
it? She said it.
Yeah. And what? Food prep and what? Are you in the basement? Or is this area used for food?
and 4.
You're
And
getting there.
four.
Keep trying. And for what? What else is this used for?
Whisper.
Whisper.
Yeah. Do you want us to be quieter?
Take.
Take what?
Miles.
Is Miles your name?
And
How do you feel about us being here?
It's the first time that's gone off.
Is that you who just set that off?
then
And it wasn't me because it would have went off earlier. Is the spirit that opened the door earlier here?
Here.
Uh,
I did leave it partway open.
here's
here's
audible.
Moddable.
Man. Martian.
Should only be a max of like 30 minutes. What do you guys think of the renovations? I think the buildings look pretty nice, considering how they look when they're being used now for the inn and the Scent and Stone holistic shop. people that you bother all the time?
Just say something.
I think it's that Dan.
Who's Dan? Confused. You refuse to what? What are we finding? Who's missing?
Have you done track?
No.
So weird formation words.
Did I do it? Five.
Are there 5 spirits here?
Yeah, but
It's pretty, isn't it? The box.
keep playing with it if you want.
Is it free?
Oh, it's far from free, unfortunately.
I know.
Yeah. Everything costs money nowadays. Does it remind you of anything? I feel like the spirit has probably gotten familiar with the devices at this point, comfortable with them. Can you set that off if I'm correct?
Me. Drink.
You need a drink?
HP.
Are those your initials? Is that someone's initials? Yeah?
Sounds like a bunch of moaning noises.
How many spirits are talking? How many people are here? I have a feeling it's a different spirit than the one that's sitting that off is a different one than the one that's down here talking to Angel.
Yeah.
Who's sitting off the box upstairs, making all the noise? Brooke? Is your name Brooke? If it is, can you set the box off? You're not in any trouble.
This is probably the most I've had a spirit use it.
Yeah, so Brooke, you can set that off if you want. That's why we put it out there for you to play with. It's working.
There's a shifts back here.
Is your name Mike?
Yeah. What was that?
Is that going off? Hello. Wife or wife? I don't know if the dad said wife. That's what I heard.
How many years did he spend here?
Hello.
How many years did you spend here?
Sleep? Do you want to go to sleep? Almost 30 minutes.
Yours, Lloyd.
Could you thank you? So,
Shotgun.
Seems early still.
Die.
well, that was a fun story. Are you apologizing for whoever just said die?
The REM pod went off for a pretty long time there.
Peach.
Things are just peachy. Okay.
You want a puller or
Yeah.
reading? What did you say? We're gonna stop this experiment now, okay?
There was actually a lot that happened.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
The REM pod went off more than it's done before.
Ooh.
The music box also went off.
Oh, that's cool.
New room pod's up there.
Where is it? Oh, up there. Oh, wow.
On the rail by itself.
Awesome. Was that any use, or did they not use much? At
They
all.
started to figure it out, I think.
Oh,
If there's anyone down here and you want to communicate, come here. You've got these rods, and what you can do is cross them like this for now, and open them like this for yes. If there's anyone here who wants to communicate, can you tell me that you're here? Put these down. I'll try something else. So, I'm gonna hold it out here. You're gonna make it move like this for no, and this for yes. Does that make sense? You can come over here and move it. Let's move on to a different room, I guess. I'm gonna be over here for a second. I really like it. Something's telling me not to go in there, so I'm not going in there. This wheel is telling me to get out. Actually. I'm going back over here where I feel safe. I really feel extremely uncomfortable leaving this area. Something is really telling me not to go over there. There's energy over there and I don't like it. If there's somebody over there, can you make a loud bang? Loud enough I can hear it over the footsteps? I know there's somebody down there. I can sense you.
Is anybody down here with me? Hello? Should this be my turn? I'd love to hear the kind of work you used to do. Is there anything you'd like to tell me? What do you remember? Do you remember the outside? You can come in. I hope the camera caught that. That'd be pretty awesome, wouldn't it? The door just opened by itself. That's awesome. What are you trying to tell me? Can you make this room pop up? That's awesome. I don't want to leave just yet. Can you close the door for me, please? You want to have a seat? We can leave the door open. I'm going to sit right here, okay? There's devices on these chairs that you can use to talk to me. It means I'll be able to hear you. You just have to get close, okay? I keep seeing somebody walk over there in the corner of my eye. If you're down there, do you want to come over here and talk to me? If I see you, we can take eye contact. My place would like to. And that guy doesn't have an English speaking voice.
See the camera?
Yes. I paused it.
Do you want to start the spirit box again?
Sure. Do you want me to have my speaker on as well, or just your box and audio?
Probably the speaker too, so we can hear.
Okay. Just a heads up, my spirit box is at 1.
Okay. Well, then we can, if anything, just go till it dies. If it dies before we hit like 30 or 45 minutes, then.
Turn on speaker.
Oh god, that looks so Blair Witch-like, it's not even funny.
What?
The camera.
If you're still down here, we have some equipment set around the basement. If you want to let us know you're here with us, we have many different options for you.
I don't know if there's anybody here. I'm not like feeling anything either. I think the spirit I felt when I first came down here, the one in the cells is still here, but he doesn't interact. He might just be residual. I don't know if when I was down here earlier, I felt the one spirit, like, strongly.
Yeah, it may have been time for his shift, and he was going through that.